like a two-stroke. That's cool. You don't see too many two-stroke. You don't see too many two-strokes anymore. Sounds like a chainsaw. Oh, I'll leave a sign just in case something interesting comes your way. So a few things I've learned over the last few trips I've taken, this one and the one prior, that I never really concentrated on before or thought about much, and I think is somewhat helpful. Maybe you haven't thought about it yourself, but if you're riding and you're going somewhere and you're nearing your destination for the night of where you're going, if you think about it, and it helps out a lot, it makes you feel really good in the morning, fill your gas tank up before you go, before you shut her down for the night. Because let me tell you, there is just something about a good feeling in the morning when you get on the bike and go, ha, I got gas last night, I don't have to stop today to get gas. This morning to get gas. This is so nice, I can just go. Try to have the gas tank full, try to have your drinks maybe sorted out and what you're going to do on the bike for beverages, stuff like that, because it really makes a big difference in the morning. Also, if you don't have one, I would suggest buying a cover for your bike, because just covering it up at night, I think the only time I didn't cover it up the whole time was last night, because I was underneath an awning and everything, and usually I'd have covered it up there. But it makes things so much easier. People seem to be a little less apt to, bother your stuff when it's covered up. Maybe. I've heard that, so maybe it's true. But it also, keeps it dry and any kind of dew, and keeps the sun off it and whatever else. But the gas tank thing, that's really nice. I mean, every morning I get up and I got a full tank. I'm like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to stop and get gas, so I can just get out of here. Because usually in the morning you just want to get hit, and you want to hit the road, you just want to go. Problem is at night, when you're getting off the road, you just want to get off the road. So you're not thinking, I should fill up. You're just like, I'll do it tomorrow. And the next day you're like, shit, I should have filled up last night. I wouldn't have to do it right now. So I've been doing that. I've been filling up every time I stop at night in the last two trips. So nice in the morning when I get up, I pack my bike and I go. Wow, that's a big place. So, for what it's worth. And I watched Boots and Jeans video the other day of, traveling, other things to do. It was all good information, by the way. If you get a chance, go watch that video. And tell they've been on quite a few road trips, so they had some good thoughts. But the only issue with that was it's based off somebody who basically works first shift position. I mean, or I don't know, maybe third, but I work a second shift position. So for me to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning the day I leave for trips, not really doable anymore. It used to be when I worked first shift, no problem. I used to get up every time at 4 a.m. and leave. And they're right, it's a lot nicer for traveling during the cooling parts of the day. But if you have to travel and you're on an off shift, there's some different things that need to go into different thought processes. Considering you're probably going to leave around, depending on what time you usually go to sleep, you're going to leave a lot later in the day. So you might not be hitting the road till 10 to 2 o'clock in the morning of the afternoon. And of course that means you're going to be hitting the heat of the day, right? Well, try to hydrate yourself really well before you go, the night before, so you got a little more hydration. That'll help keep you cooler. Try to maybe get like a neck gaiter, wet that down if it's warm out. That'll keep some cooling down for you. If anything, keeps the sun off your neck, which is really nice. Don't be afraid to stop earlier the first night, because basically you're gonna be, you're still going to be on the road when you're usually sitting around. And so if you can stop a little earlier the first night, it might suck because you only get 4, maybe 6 hours of riding in or something like that. But then you can kind of switch your sleeping pattern a little bit, because you won't be getting out of work. You'll be staying at a hotel so you can rest up. which means you can get up a little earlier and take off. I mean, both days here I took off around anywhere from 9:30 to 10, so I still slept in a little bit because, you know, but I could have forced myself up. But I didn't have any miles to put down. So if I had miles put down, I'd probably got up at 7:30 and try to hit the road by 8 at the latest. So, you know, vary that too, and what kind of miles you got to put down. You're just riding around for fun, you know, no real big distance, and don't really matter what time you leave, as long as you aren't too far away on your last day. But if you got to put some miles down, then you might want to consider, like I said, getting out the road earlier than normal that first night than what you would have done if you were to work day shift. And then use that time to rest up and maybe try to get to bed a little earlier, do something to tire yourself out and relax yourself, so you can get on the road earlier the next morning. Have your tank full so you can take off. Maybe have your meals planned out as best you can if you're staying at a hotel like a Quality Inn here. A lot of those offer a continental breakfast. My La Quinta had one today. Wasn't very good, but it was something to eat, so it was better than a kick in the ass. But you know, just little things. Try not to eat too heavy of a breakfast because it's going to drain on you. I got to start doing better with that. I tend to eat a lot of nasty crap at night, and I eat stuff during the day. I mean, like today I had Burger King and kind of toast and eggs and sausage for breakfast, so kind of drained on the stomach a little bit. Probably should myself start eating more like fruits and stuff for breakfast if possible. I don't know. Give it a little more energy. Other than that, everything else I said, perfect. I don't think it really mattered. What shift you work for the most part on that side of it. And then try to hydrate yourself as much while you're riding as possible. And me, for instance, I tend to be on the road. What I'm drinking here is a lemonade, sugar-free lemonade, with caffeine and electrolytes. Kind of like a Gatorade system, but it has caffeine in it, so I tend to drink a couple of those when I'm on the road. Sometimes just water, get ice at different fill-ups, and that kind of keeps me going a little bit. I mean, eating better would probably help out even more. Kind of a boring video. Should be used to it by now. But I'm going to turn this off. I'll turn it back on later if something interesting takes place. I don't think there really will be. This whole town riding around sucks. 40 miles an hour. Boo!